What's up, everybody? This is Brian back with another deck profile. What do we got for you today? Fire Fist. This is the first time that I've built Fire Fist. It's just missing like 3 cards, 4 cards. With that being said, let's get into it. Fire Fist Panda. He special summons himself. If you activate a fire formation spell or trap, except during the damage step, then you can special one Fire Fist monster from your grave. You can't special anything else for the rest of the turn except Fire Fist monsters. And he protects your Fire Fist monster or monsters from being destroyed by card effect. So, run 2 to 3. My suggestion, just like keep him at 2. Elephant. My suggestion, run him at 3. I only have 2. What he does is, if he's normal summoned or specialed, you can send a fire formation spell or trap to the grave and special one Fire Fist monster from your hand. You can target one fire formation spell or trap in the grave, shuffle it into deck, then add a level 5 or higher Fire Fist monster from your deck to your hand. So he's the searcher. He allows you to get your big monsters out. Fire Fist Eland, the ritual monster. He negates monster effects. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can send a face-up Fire Fist or fire formation card you control to grave, negate the effect. And you can also set a fire formation spell or trap directly from deck or grave. Fire Fist Rhino. He allows you to, during the battle phase, he allows you, if Fire Fist monster you control attacks or is attacked, during damage calc in either player's turn, you can send a fire formation spell or trap you control one Fire Fist monster from your hand to the grave. Once per battle, your attacking or attacked monster gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster sent to grave. That's only during damage calc. Everybody knows what Gorilla does. He blows up spells and traps. If he destroys a monster by battle. Everybody knows what Bear does. Blows up a monster if he inflicts battle damage. Rooster, if he's special summoned, you can add a Fire Fist monster to your hand. You can also set a fire formation spell or trap directly from your deck when you send a fire formation spell or trap to the grave. I like this guy for fire decks. Not so much in Fire Fist, but more in like Fire Kings or Sacred Phoenix. Red Resonator. He's a tuner monster that when he's normal summoned, you can special a level 4 lower monster from your hand, speeding up your plays. When he's specialed, you can target a monster on the field, gain life points equal to its attack. So you can gain massive life points with him. Cataclysmic Scorching Sunburner. My suggestion is run 2. If your fire monsters would be destroyed by card effect or by battle, you can special him. You can inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack of one of the destroyed fire monsters in your grave. So he's pretty much, he does burn damage, and he's a 2600 beater that can be specialed. Fire Fortress atop Liang Mountain. Or Liang Peak. When you normal summon or special summon a Fire Fist monster, it gains counters. For 2, if your Beast Warrior attacks this turn, Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects till the end of the damage step. If it has 6, you can add a Beast Warrior monster from your deck to your hand. If it has 10, you can special one Beast Warrior monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So, yeah, it adds. Tanky, everybody knows what this card does. It's 3 of. Dome lets you ritual summon Eland. That's its first effect. It has a second effect. If this face-up card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the grave, you can target a Fire Fist monster in the grave and special it. So, Yoko, Fire Formation Yoko. My suggestion, run 3. It's your destruction card. To destroy cards, you discard a Beast Warrior, and your monsters also gain 100 attack. Tensu is it gives you an extra normal summoner set. The counter trap, you need a Fire Formation spell or trap and a Fire Fist monster to use this. You can only activate one once per turn. A Tenzin just gives a power boost by 700 attack, and even if it leaves field, and they all gain an extra 300 attack. Your staples include Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Poly for your fusion monster, Transmodify to get Panda out, Deprisons to stop attacks, Venus Chains to stop effect monsters. This deck doesn't have any hand traps as of yet. Extra deck, Swan. He destroys cards. If he's special summoned, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Fire Formation spell or tribe you control. During the battle phase, you can send a Fire Formation spell or tribe you control to grave, then target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. So, you can destroy cards with this guy. My suggestion, run 2 of this guy. Kieran. All monsters your opponent controls lose 100 attack for each face-up spell and trap you control. And when he's synchro summoned, you can set one Fire Formation spell or trap directly from deck. This won't have any effect on link monsters or exceeds. 1 Lion Emperor. He adds from grave 1 fire monster. You just can't you can't normal summon or special that monster or monsters with the same name for the rest of the turn. Tiger King. People know what he does. 2 Cardinal. You can detach 2 from him and target 2 Fire Fist or Fire Formation cards in grave and or face up on the field, and 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard and or face up on the field, and shuffle those targets into the deck. I mean, it's not too bad, but it could be better. This is a guy you want 3 of. I just have 2. Eagle. You can activate Fire Fist monsters' effects without sending Fire Fist or Fire Formation card or cards from your hand or field to the grave. You can target a Fire Formation spell or trap you control or in the grave, return it to hand, and then send 1 Fire Fist monster from your deck to the grave. So pretty much in return from getting like free effects, you just have to send Fire Fist monsters from your deck to grave. Then we have Peacock. While this card points to a Fire Fist monster, your opponent's monsters can't target this card for attacks. When this card declares an attack, you can send a face-up Fire Formation spell or trap you control to grave, then target a monster your opponent controls. Place that opponent's monster in the zone this card points to, and take control of it to the end phase. But it can't declare an attack this turn. So this takes control of your opponent's monsters. I got this when I got the extra deck, Vulcan the Divine. What he does, if he synchro summons, you can target a face-up card you control and one face-up card your opponent controls. Return those targets to the hand, but for the rest of the turn, you can't activate cards or effects of cards with the same name for the as the return card to the hand by this effect. I mean, meh. Levier, just some generic links, Decode Talker, Hita, the Fire Charmer, Ablaze, and Doolittle Chimera. Not so much for the extra deck. And that's it for Fire Fist. Hit like and subscribe. Catch you on the flip side.